podcast.
Episode 136.
Ooh.
And we are looking fly AF. Everybody is suited up, most in ties. I'm a piece of trash. Don't have a tie on.
Trash, man. It's trash.
Yeah. Just don't look below the waist on mine, and I'm looking great.
All right. Yeah, man, that's pretty much the same here. Just
for those listening at home, I got the silver suit on with the purple dress shirt and a nice purple tie.
Wow. Get turned on, listeners.
Beautiful.
I got my black suit, a nice kind of pink grid shirt, and a purple patterned tie.
Wow.
Nice. I'm wearing
those fireworks.
Navy blues jacket with the white button-up dress shirt.
Navy blues. That's a little bit of a hint on what we watched today.
I got a tie on. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
R2-D2, spoiler alert.
Is it?
Ben got it. I'm wearing an R2-D2 tie. Now, all of you tie wearers, what'd you get? What kind of knot? I did double Windsor myself.
I did as well.
I did a half Windsor.
Okay. Respectable. Kyle, what was yours again?
I usually go with a bow tie. So,
but not right now, right? Because you what?
Not right now. I'm
no
unbuttoned navy suit as well with the white button up. And as the fat man does, no tie, couple top buttons undone. Let me breathe. Let me vent. Don't let me sweat too much.
I was gonna do a bow tie as well. I just didn't have time. Like literally, getting the bow tie done would take a while. I have to warm the fingies.
Oh. Who are you wearing? Who are you wearing, Kyle? Is that Louis Vuitton Husky?
This is actually Michael Strahan.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So, anyways,
mine's one Joseph A. Bank.
Fancy.
A JFK Bank, if you will.
Mr. Joey J.
Yeah, you could refer to him as Mr. Bank. But,
okay.
Joseph A.
Now that everybody is completely switched on, totally loving that we are wearing suits and we're in your ears and you're just imagining what we look like. Imagine a plus size model in a Michael Strahan suit and a sexy man in a Joseph A. Banks suit. Zach, why on earth are we in suits tonight?
Why? Well, let's get this ready, listeners. You guys got to get ready for this. Big news, huge news. This might quite possibly be, no joke, no lie. Look at this. Big news. We finally did it, gang. We finally did it. We finally got an award. We did it.
We're an award-winning podcast.
This is it.
This is it.
The beginning of the end. Nobody knew, right? That was our main goal. We just wanted to win an award and cut this. I'm just kidding. That's not happening.
No, we're not leaving.
I'm going to be telling everybody at the water cooler tomorrow, not only am I a host of a podcast, I'm the host of an award-winning podcast. What award is that, Zach?
Ladies and gentlemen, we officially won. We were the finalists. We didn't say it last week because we were nervous. Kyle was just like a little scaredy,
What?
But we got it. And the name of this award is the International Broadcasting Guild of America Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Yes.
Your soundboard, does your soundboard not have applause?
Seriously?
Oh.
That's what wins awards, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought I downloaded it. I'll be honest. I thought I downloaded it. Apparently I didn't. My bad.
I just assume everyone listening is applauding at home or in the office or on the road, wherever they're at right now.
Yep.
Hopefully they still have like their elbows on the wheel if they're driving, but
yes, we thank you. We love you. So kudos to us, obviously.
Especially kudos to Kyle. I mean, they said, and because I talked with them a little bit, they really applauded the sound design and the editing that you put in. So Kyle, we appreciate you. We're just kind of along for the ride in a lot of ways, but this is really cool. It's really special.
Yeah, okay. I think the quote actually was that the production was so good that even despite Jamie, we still got the award.
Wow.
Yeah.
You feel bad.
And I got to jump in at this point in the page one in the front page article that we scored in the New York Times. Unfortunately, there was so much to write about that they had to bump us to page 7. But on page 7 starts to talk about Ben and how, the great things he's done for this podcast, such as, of that. And then there's always of all of that. And then there's this and that. He does a great job with all of that. So
wonderful. We thank you for doing that, Brom.
Well, sure. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys.
And once again, thank you to the IBGAA.
Wonderful. Well, on that note, I know we're probably chomping at the bit here. We're doing, this is a little bit of self-serving intro.
Champing? Is it not champing at the bit?
Oh,
chomping like you're like.
I think you're champing at that bit.
Award-winning sound effects.
Wow. Should we do
we're
this?
We're going to have to give the award back next week.
Should we do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dive.
What began as an innocent conversation among friends would soon spiral out of control and later be referred to by future generations as the 8th wonder of the modern world. Mac East Studios takes you on the journey of your lifetime as your captains, the artist formerly known as Brom, Jamie the Ointment, Kyle El Capitan, and the Gruesome Twosome present Submersion.
Yes. Whoa! It's already up there.
Like a quick quarter second.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I couldn't get that explosion to last. So, but I was like, oh, it's funnier if it just.
Good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Sorry to anybody watching if I just made you seize with those flashing lights there. But I hope you come out of it all right. And
we may actually need to put a seizure warning on that.
Yeah,
moving forward.
We might. Ooh. Anyways, we mentioned what we were doing last week. Well, we just kind of came up with it last week at the end of the podcast because we're like, man, we haven't watched a Seagal movie in a little bit. And we decided that it was time to dive into another one. So, Brom, I think, weren't you the one? Or was it Zach? Which one of you said what we should watch?
I brought up Seagal. I didn't say we had to. I didn't know this that there was another Seagal movie out there for us to watch.
I believe I may have confirmed that Under Siege definitely had a submarine in it.
You did.
Definitely.
Wow.
We got sub-action, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he just snaked that right from you.
Stole us twice 2 weeks in a row. I've been asked. In 2 weeks, I've been too slow to the draw because we watched Under Siege from 1992, and it is a doozy.
Open up like this, right, Kyle? Right, like with this,
just like that. Wow, you guys thought you got through the last episode. You never have to hear that sound again. But no, Zach is back in full force. So, yes, we have Under Siege, which has 2 Academy Award nominees starring. One of them is an Academy Award winner, along with martial arts expert Steven Seagal.
Yeah, I was really excited seeing who all was in this movie.
Dude, all-star cast. Even the side cast. Even the side characters, dude.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty next level.
I was actually
you know what? I just had an idea of what our next movie is going to be, but we'll wait until later.
Okay, perfect.
Given what you just said.
Okay.
I'm glad you got some ideas.
Digging that.
I was very nervous that there wasn't going to end up being a submarine in this, though, once I was halfway through it. Because there was
it was obvious what was happening here, and we'll get in. When they mentioned that North Korean submarine, and they were like, oh, no, totally, we totally destroyed that. I was like, that sub has not been destroyed.
That's when I'm like, okay, we're good. There's a submarine in this.
46-minute mark.
Yep, dude, I took note of that too.
46-minute mark.
Like, here we go, sub time. But yes, those people I had mentioned were Gary Busey, nominated for Best Actor in 1978, and Tommy Lee Jones, he won Best Supporting Actor. Was it this year or the year before it for The Fugitive? And then he's like,
it's after this.
Is it after this?
Yeah, it is.
Director.
That's one of the trivia. Yeah.
Yeah, the the director of The Fugitive is this movie's director.
Seriously?
And this movie's, that's how he,
Oh,
That's how he
okay.
got the job.
Jamie's probably got the rest of that, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, forget that I said that. And then, of course, Steven Seagal. And then her name escapes me right now, but she is a playmate.
Erika Eleniak.
Erika Eleniak. She is mentioned as Miss July 89 in the movie, and she actually is Miss July 89, along with a host of many other people.
Oh, yeah.
She was a Baywatch babe.
Yeah. Engaged to you-know-who? Lucky Coin Man himself, Billy Warlock.
Billy Warlock.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if you actually look through Playmates from around that era, a bunch of the stars of our submarine films have been engaged or married or involved with them.
Interesting.
Yeah. As I was clicking through, looking to see if there was other movies that Playmates were in, one of them said that she was raising her child with Dean Cain. I was like, oh, okay, there we go.
Makes you want
Dean Cain.
Dude,
Did you mention Landry's dad?
A Morshower? Yeah,
Glenn
no.
Morshower.
Landry's
I
dad's in it.
forgot. God.
Yeah, Glenn Morshower's there.
Dude, I saw
For
that
sure.
guy and I was like, oh, Landry's dad. I've never even watched the show, but Landry's dad, man. Whoever the heck he
Landry's
is.
dad.
Whoever he is, man. Anyways, does that mean it's time to get going?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just messing.
No,
Yeah,
and
probably.
the only additional thing I'd say is that when I mentioned to my brother, Patrick, of badmovietwins.com, that's badmovietwins.com,
There it
that we
is.
were doing this movie, he immediately asked, is this the end of Submersion? Because he presumed that we would transition double feature from Under Siege into Under Siege 2 Dark Territory.
That's what Ben said
Yeah.
before we were talking. Before this, it's literally what he said.
Yeah.
So
He was like,
that's-
this is the end, right? Because then you go straight into season 2. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And he's like, no, but that'd be perfect. You end with Under Siege, and you go directly into Under Siege 2.
We're not even going to get to 150. We just get to like 136 and we're like train movies.
It kind of makes sense with
we have like
Under Siege.
150 more submarine
blown.
movies to watch.
Yeah.
But no, that would have been
Hey,
perfect.
we're stocked with train movies though. We're ready, right?
Yeah. They are coming
But enough
down
about-
the tracks.
Enough about that.
And more about Under Siege. So we open, and the USS Missouri, and we're set straight into an exact time. I love an exact time. And this basically is like, what was it, 50 years after Pearl Harbor or something? And they were like, we're totally decommissioning the USS Missouri. It was built to defeat everyone in World War II and be a war machine. And now, 50 years later, we're decommissioning it to say that it's like the end of wars or whatever. And it's going to get rid of all its nukes and everything's going to be great. And there's George H.W. Bush giving a speech and like, hey, everyone's going to meet him.
Dude, now, first question here. I saw this, and I always thought this would be something I would do if I ever, I don't know, if somehow the stars aligned and I became president of the United States. And then after my term, I would go and audition for every single movie where they needed a president and and I would do it for free. Would you guys do that, or is that just something totally asinine?
I don't think they'd hire you as an
They wouldn't?
actual ex-president. No.
Oh, wouldn't that suck, though? Be like, come on, guys. I'm offering my services.
It'd be funnier if you were a failed candidate. Like you almost won. And then you auditioned and it was like President Kyle. And they were like, oh, that's funny. That's a failed candidate keeps on appearing as the president. Even
I
though
like
he
that
lost.
actually better. Maybe I will make a run and then begin doing that.
Anyone can run.
Well, the time is
As
now.
you can see. Yeah. Anyways, Casey Ryback, he's a cook. I'm just a cook. What can anyone do an impression?
Just a lowly cook.
Nice. That was a good one. He doesn't at this point, he's like joking around. He's like, I'm a cook. Don't even worry about it. He's even doing a Cajun accent at one point, which is straight out of the other movie that we saw where he was Cajun.
Dude,
I know. Yeah, his voice changed back and forth. Like it legitimately changed.
it did. It was so awesome. And this blew my mind because I was like, where is Steven Seagal actually from? And so I looked him up. He's not far from where I used to live in Michigan. He's from Lansing, Michigan, where Michigan State is. And I can tell you that accent does not really belong to that area. So I don't know what's going on, but
I mean, you don't
whatever.
have people walking around Lansing going, "Where my crew?"
No.
Where my crew?
No. But anyways, he is down there using his Cajun accent. He is smiling. There is a just flipping dance off with cue ball. And let's Pray to God that I've got these clips lined up.
All right, who are you?
Who's in the house? Who's up?
Show me the move, cue ball. Turn up tunes, man. Turn up tunes. Hey, come on, man. Turn up the move, cue ball. Go, cue ball. Go, cue ball. Go, cue ball. Go, cue ball. Who's in the house?
Oh my God, dude. I totally accidentally hit a button and then cut the clip. But anyways, you get it, man. Should I show it again?
We can do whatever the fuck we want now.
Well, yeah, what we've been doing obviously led to an award, so we need to just keep doing more of that, right? We're like
Run it again. Run it again.
Run it again. Here we go.
Show me the move, cue ball. Turn up tunes, man. Turn up tunes. Hey, come on, man. Turn up the move, cue ball. Go, cue ball. Go, cue ball. Go, cue ball. Go, cue ball.
That smile right there at the end. Oh my gosh. That is just somebody who is just loving what is happening in front of him. And I wish that he didn't back out of that dance off and he was the one doing the dance off.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I got to cut in
What's that?
real quick. Jay, I don't know if this is going to be trivia. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to rain on anyone's porch or parade. That character. Did anybody recognize one of the characters in there? One of the actors?
Cue ball?
No.
No, the other guy dancing is a character actor, right?
Oh, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about his like messmate, the other guy who works in the
Roll
whatever
back.
Raymond
You want me to
Cruz.
play it again?
Roll back.
So he's from Breaking Bad, right?
Oh, okay. Never mind. Don't roll it back. Jamie got.
okay.
Yeah, he plays Tuco.
Yeah.
It's a young Tuco. I was sitting there watching
You're
the
right.
movie, and I'm like, God damn, does he not look like Tuco? And I'm like,
Yep.
I think that's a young Tuco. This movie was in '92, and it is a young Tuco.
It's a young
Wow.
Tuco.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
Anyways, he's loving his life. He doesn't want to see George H.W. Bush. He's like, get out of here. I don't want to get all dressed up in that stuff. I don't want to see him. Probably secretly, and given what we know about the movie, probably it's because like George H.W. Bush would recognize him. He'd be like, hey, Ryback, what's up? Because he was like a super sweet like Navy SEAL or whatever, and probably like a national hero. And George H.W. Bush probably would be like, hey, Ryback, what are you doing here? But he's got to keep it on down low that he's like a badass. So he's just a cook, and he's like, hey, do you mind if I don't see the president? And the captain's like, yeah, that's fine. Don't even worry about it. Stay down there. It's my birthday. Get that bouillabaisse going. Get those pies a cooking. Get those things a going. And Ryback's like straight up. And in there also is Exo Krill, played by Gary Busey.
Oh yeah.
Total dick face. Everyone hates him. And he's like, get him out of here. I don't even like Ryback. And we're immediately like, Busey, get out of here. We don't like you. And so Ryback's down there. They have dance off, all that kind of stuff. And they're told, forget this. Fuck your food. You have to be up in the mess. All right. When the party happens, we're catering it. We're taking this up a notch. So you get out of here. And he's basically like, no, don't even worry about it.
He's like, the captain loves my food.
Yeah.
That's what he wants for the birthday party.
Right. And so eventually when they're kind of getting everything organized, and there clearly something weird is going on because Krill is having them like stop all kind of watches and the security measures put on lax. And he's like, it's going to be a big old blowout. Don't even worry about it. And the rumor starts going around who's going to be there. Apparently there's going to be a Playboy playmate, Jordan Tate, which would seem weird that they even seriously, given the scenario that's playing out, that they would even bring her onto the ship. Why even need
didn't understand that at all. It made literally no sense later in the movie. I mean, it was fine. It worked, but there was no reason for it. It worked for no reasons.
It worked.
No, actually, I guess there was a very specific reason, Kyle, for why she was on that ship.
Yes.
And in this movie, we'll see. There's actually two reasons. If you know what I mean.
And also, one of the things that he's trying to get done, and the captain kind of gets word of it, is he's trying to have a helicopter land on the ship without the captain's permission. That's kind of hard to do low key. I mean, granted, ships are big, as we know. That ship in the Suez was massive. We probably could have landed several helicopters on that without knowing. But
at least four.
Somebody would probably say, "Hey, What's this helicopter doing?
Wait a minute, Kyle. Somebody? That sounds kind of. Is that like a conspiracy you're talking about?
Yes. Yes, dude.
Classic.
There it is.
You got the techno one?
Yeah, you got other ones?
He
That one's sick. I love that.
That one is really good, dude.
Dope-
Have you ever
dope
listened to
drop right
those
there.
before? Because that one's good.
These are new ones. These are new ones.
I like that.
That might be the most jazzed up I've ever seen Jamie.
What? I'm jazzed all the time. You should see me at bowling.
Yeah, dude.
Anyways, Krill comes down there and he's like, "You suck, Ryback. Get in the freezer." They arrest
Dude.
him, throw him right in that freezer.
Hold on. We have the clip of the century here. All right.
Whoa.
So we get a little bit of punch out. We get a little bit of fun.
Okay, all right. Damn it, throw him in the bridge. Lock him up.
Now I know why you're a cook. Shit like
Censored.
Little naughty language there, Gary. What are you doing? But yes, this is Steven Seagal doing what Steven Seagal does much better than the video that Zach and I talked about last week. You know, where he's at that high school gymnasium just whipping ass. This is like actual cool stuff, but I thought it was so funny. He's like, all right, you know, like he's just like, there's literally no contest for.
He knows he can probably that it's going to get pretty serious soon. He's like, okay, fine, I'll get in here. I'm going to escape anyways. Don't even worry about it. So, anyways, he's thrown in there. The helicopter's coming. We see on there our Playboy playmate Jordan Tate. We also see a bunch of caterers, and we see Tommy Lee Jones with some sunglasses on, bedazzled jean jacket,
bandana,
or a leather jacket with jeans on, looking effing sick.
Yeah, he does.
dude.
Dope.
Yeah, he does.
Ill.
And he is just like on another level. He's just going off. Like you'd think this dude is drugged out of his mind. He's like, God damn, I love this job. And we're like, what's going on? Like, what is he even doing? All he's doing is he's flying onto a ship and then playing a concert, I guess.
He jumps out.
Party.
He's the lead of the concert. The caterers are out there. They're serving food. The playmate is seasick or airsick from the helicopter, and so they give her some pills, and she like falls asleep in the cake.
Well, she takes like 6 pills.
Yeah, she takes a bunch of pills, falls asleep in the cake. Fine, forget about her for a while. And so, anyways, they're playing the concert. All these things are going on. Krill goes out. He's like cross-stretching and dancing, and everyone's like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" And he's like, "I'm going to go get the captain."
We've got a clip. We've got a clip of this.
I mean, this is the craziest clip of the entire movie, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and we've got there's several clips that we have.
I didn't expect this.
They're so good.
This July 1989. Oh, wait a minute. No. That's not Miss July.
Oh my God, look at him.
Commander Krill. Welcome to the revolution.
It is
And
too
that's-
much. It is too much.
No, that is not enough. And then, oh my God! Then the next scene, he gets to go, and I think you'd mentioned he's going to go talk to the captain real
We're
quick.
gonna go to the captain, yeah.
Yeah, and we've got that clip as well. Just because
How many clips
I
you
imagine I've got like 9 clips here. This is the way. If I ever have to go into another interview for whatever, this is the way I would like to walk in.
Krill? I'm your date tonight, Captain.
And he kills the captain, to be clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
So he
shoots.
kills the captain. At the same time, Tommy Lee Jones, they start wiping out all the people down on below deck, and they capture everyone else and they put them into the how they pronounce it, the forecastle or something, forecastle.
Oh yeah, it's spelled like forecastle. It's like the
Forecastle?
forecastle.
Forecastle.
Yeah,
Forecastle, yeah.
forecastle.
I kept on calling it that. I was like, learn something new every day, I guess. Forecastle. They put them all there, and then but Ryback, he's in the freezer and he's hearing the gunshots, and there's like a young guy guarding him, and he's like, get me out of this gunshots. And the young guy's like, you're just kidding around, whatever. And then they're like, call. So he calls Krill, and Krill's like, oh shit, I forgot about Ryback, the stupid cook, whatever, we'll go down and kill him now. So they send a couple people down there. They kill the young guy.
Busey
almost
does say
immediately.
you should send more than 2 people.
Yeah.
Busey knew, dude. Busey
He
knew.
knew.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's funny because he didn't know that he was so badass.
Yeah, it was a little weird. Yeah. It's like he knew he was good, but not that good, I guess.
And before we
I mean, I guess he knew him.
Before we get even like super crazy far into it, there is a scene where they're in the captain's office after killing the captain. It's Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey. Gary Busey is still dressed up as the clips that I just showed him, which actually looks like something that I went as like a Halloween costume years ago. But it's probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie just because Gary Busey does it so perfectly. And here it is.
The past few weeks, Commander Krill has become increasingly hostile to the crew, possibly due to anger over my last reviews of his performance. I recommend that he be given a psychological evaluation before taking over his next assignment. God. Do I look like I need a psychological evaluation?
Not at all.
I loved that.
He's so good in that. Just there's a lot of that. Like there is that comedy in this movie, which I tend to enjoy.
Did you say they got the nuclear codes out of that? That's where they found that evaluation about the psych eval. They also end up grabbing like a confidential manifesto, which comes into play later, and then the nuclear codes were all in that safe.
Yeah, and they start to talk to the Pentagon at this point too, where they're kind of laying it out. Krill. At this point they don't know Krill is on there. What they know is Stranix. So Tommy Lee Jones' character's name is Stranix. They know that Stranix seems like a very crazy person, and they kind of bring in one of the other people or one of the handlers of Stranix, who used to be associated with the kind of like operations of the CIA or whatever. And the guy's like, yeah, we tried to kill him and we missed. So he's gone crazy and he's taken over the thing. And they're like, how did you let this crazy person, get out of there? And the implication is that basically everyone they train is crazy. They're like, well, what do you mean? They're all crazy.
You kind of got that vibe from them.
No, of course it's not. There's no sane people in the department that I run or whatever. So you get the backstory, a little bit of that. At the same time, Ryback, the two people that come down there, they open up the freezer, and he's squirreled away up in like a whatever. He pops out of the ceiling. Yes, pops out of the ceiling, kicks some ass, defeats them, no problem. He starts walking around because everything is empty. It's kind of a skeleton crew, and they're starting to build all kinds of weird contraptions. They have like all these like bars everywhere that they're putting up, and this rail system basically within the ship, and he's interested in that. But then he goes down to where the party was, and there's a cake, and he kind of like bumps into it, and out pops Jordan Tate, Playboy Playmate.
And we have some clips from that, not the full nudie clips. All right?
not the R-rated.
Not playing that. Oh no. Okay.
Not the rated MA.
Hang on just a second here. So there's also when she pops out, she starts dancing and stuff, and then he does this creepy hand grab at the end, and I've got that clip, which we'll see. And then he also asks her like, who the hell are you? And we have that clip as well, because I thought that was relatively funny.
All right, who are you? Whoa! Shut the music off. All right, who are you and what are you doing here?
My name is Jordan Tate. I'm Miss July 89. I was hired to jump out of the cake, but I got really airsick on the way over here, and so this guy gave me these pills, and I don't know what happened, and I guess I fell asleep.
What kind of babbling bullshit is this?
I am an actress, okay? I did a Hunter episode in a Wet n Wild video.
You got the good part there when she asks him like, what is he? And he's like, I'm a cook. And she's like, oh, we're going to die.
No, actually, I think the most charming Steven Seagal has ever been, just in terms of his like weird humor that he brings into a lot of the scenes, where he's basically like, at different times, it's like, oh, I don't like guns. I don't like killing people. It's like, well, do you like to be alive? And I was like, okay, this is probably the best he's ever actually played. And maybe it is because they let him have
grab at the end there,
where they kind of came forward.
I was like, what is that?
Yep.
That was honestly the only creepy thing he did, though. I thought he did a good job of not being creepy around this Playboy bunny.
I also would say that I think, generally speaking, she's probably regarded as not the best actress, right? Baywatch actress or whatever. But I thought she did a pretty good job.
I thought she did a great job, considering.
I thought it was pretty good. So, like, I'm always surprised sometimes when you kind of watch something and it's someone that maybe people would be, oh, yeah, terrible actress or whatever. You watch, you're like, what are you talking about? She seems perfectly fine and seems to have done, whatever work she needed to do to get into this role. She doesn't seem out of place at all to be an actress in this. Anyways, during the kind of contact back and forth. So at this point, there's been a couple contacts. They realize Krill is in on the plan at the Pentagon. And also they start to get a hint from the guy who handled Stranix that, okay, well, he was involved in something having to do with the North Korean submarine. And they're like, but you destroy the submarine, right? And he's like, yeah. And the Pentagon's like, all right. And then they get a contact from Steven Seagal, and he's basically like, yeah, they're building a rail system in here. Anyone know what that's all about? And they're like, maybe with the submarine? You sure you destroyed the submarine? And the guy's like, yeah, for sure. I'm like, okay.
So, you know what? It was also exciting. It's an inside joke. Many of you are on the outside, except for Zach. What do they have on this ship, man?
What do they have?
Yeah, what do they have, man, that we would have an inside joke on?
That we would have an inside joke on?
I won't delve too long into it. This is great podcasting. They are going to use a crane.
A crane.
Oh.
Crane. It's true.
Yeah, come on. That. I got it. Really, does it work there?
No.
Okay, wonderful.
I failed.
It's okay.
Anyways. Oh, no.
That was Kyle told me to do it.
Yeah, it's close.
Well, we're coming up on 20 minutes, but I know this has been, Jamie's like, you guys have been stepping all over me. You played like 9 clips, Kyle. Like, what's going on?
1,000 clips going on. Anyways, I'm not even sure what happens. Like, at this point, he kind of goes around defeating people, chopping people necks. He blows up a helicopter.
Amazing. With a grenade, man.
Yeah. His little tricks and moves are actually really cool in this movie. Yeah. Like the grenade and the handle of the door.
Yeah. Then he escapes. He puts the grenade in the handle. Explodes.
And I like how he does that. Like, he's using the grenade a few times. Like in most other movies, you'd see somebody, they're like, oh, well, I've got this special trick. And then they do it one time. You never see it again. But he's like, oh, hold on. Why don't I just do this again? Because it works. That's what you do in real life, I would think, if you were running around a ship taken over by terrorists with a playmate. I mean, I think that's what you have to do.
Right. And so the SEAL team is on the way. Ryback is getting concerned. He's like, well, if they get to this, wherever they're supposed to be going, wherever they're going to unload these missiles, because he clearly knows from this crane system that they're going to be taking the nuclear missiles off of the ship and putting them somewhere else, either a submarine or another ship. And so they're like, if they don't arrive before they get to that point, then what's the point? We have to do something about it. So he's going around. He explodes the helicopter. He's killing as many people as he can. Eventually, Krill and Stranix, they kind of realize this guy's a problem, and they find a hidden file, a secret file that says, basically they open it, and just in big letters it says, "This guy's a badass." And they're like, "Oh shit, this guy's a badass. We should have got him on our side. What are we doing? Like, this sucks." And they're like, "Okay, we got to kill him." And Krill's like, No. What is he like more than not being dead? And he's like, what? He's like, he loves his crew and he will do anything to save them. So we're going to drown him. And he turns on the fire suppression system in the forecastle and starts to fill that up with water. He's like, he won't be able to even stand not going to rescue them. And then we'll trap him. Then we'll kill him. No big deal. I'm a genius. Don't even worry about it. Everyone's like, yeah, you're right, Krill. You're a genius. And did anyone know, was this from another movie we saw? Didn't we watch one where they were flooding a forecastle in order to do something like where there was weird scenes where everyone was trying to like plug up a hole in like a room that was filling up with water? I could have sworn I've seen this before.
I think we've seen water and boats and subs quite a bit. It's hard to just narrow it down to one.
I thought this was one where they lured all the crew into one room and then started filling it with water. Anyways, it's not good podcasting, us trying to remember about things. But
yeah.
I could have sworn one of
viewing
these,
the stream, any listeners you remember,
Oh, the Titanic.
The Titanic, of course. It's where they lured everyone in the Titanic down below, and then
they lured everyone onto the Titanic and then sunk it.
Right.
Savage.
So, anyways, Ryback he gets back in contact with Tuco and the rest of the guys he knows, and it's basically like, we gotta rescue him, and everyone's like, sure, and except for one guy who's like, I'm not into it, but then the playmate's like, I'm going, and he's like, I'm also going. And then they go off and they start killing a whole bunch of people. There's some crazy kills at this point. There's like a big beam that goes through someone's chest. He like throws someone into ropes and they hang from a ceiling. They go through a machine room and he like grabs someone and like pushes them through one of the machines and it goes like into a shoulder.
He pushes him into a bandsaw.
Yeah.
After he's doing some sick knife work, just making making filet mignon out of these guys' necks. I mean, it is next level here.
Yeah.
Although
it's not the thing that was the weirdest thing.
The thing that was the weirdest about that scene is how, so there's like two guys working, I don't know, they're welding on something or whatever, and he's like, rather than take them out, he tries to like sneak by them, and then another guy comes in and he's like, oh shit, now I gotta fight these other two guys that I probably just should have killed. But whatever. I get more savage and hit them with the bandsaw.
Yeah, and then they ended up on the deck at this point. I think this is the point when the submarine arrives. Is that right?
Yeah, the sub is now here, and it is.
Yeah, and so they kind of come out on deck and they see that the submarine's there, and he's like, oh shit. So he like rigs up this little thing, like another bomb, and he jumps into the water. And he swims around, and they're seeing him, and they're like, shoot him. And like, but before they can really shoot him, and they're also like, hook him. And they got these like grappling hooks that they're like throwing into the water.
Yeah.
And before they can grab him, he's able to get a bomb in there, and he blows up one of the diving planes of the submarine, and basically stops it from being able to close up and dive. But he climbs back on deck, and he's got this massive wound from having been hooked by one of these grappling hooks. And this point was so weird. It was like the Jordan Tate, the Playboy Playmate, takes him down below, starts to bandage up his wounds, and puts like a little cover on him. And it's as if they're like, and now he must rest for the next few days, but he'll be ready for the rest of the movie. And it's just like, it's going to be 5 minutes from now that he has to do something. Like,
but she saves him. She uses a gun, which she said she wasn't going to use, and she kills Colm Meaney, who's another character actor. Shows up in a lot of movies.
That guy, I'm trying to remember who he looks. He looks like somebody who's significantly younger. The guy who was in the new Pet Sematary and in a movie with like Shia LaBeouf where they're moonshiners. What the heck is that dude's name? He's in First Man. You know what I'm talking about? Jason Clarke. Jason Clarke.
Yeah.
He does look like Jason Clarke. You're right.
At first I thought, I'm like, wait, is Jason Clarke like significantly older than I thought and also lose a lot of weight? And it's like, no, that's a different guy. But I could see them being related.
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
It sucks.
Anywho, the submarine is all like disabled. It like scoots out into the water. Basically, he's like, meet me later to Tommy Lee Jones. Gary Busey's there. He's like, I'll fix it. I'll see you later. And off they go. And they're like kind of just hanging out there trying to fix this diving plane. And Gary Busey is getting increasingly erratic throughout this movie, where he's like, I'm going to fix this diving plane. He's like, why can't you speak English to all these like Italian people? And I'm just like, I don't know. I can't even deal with this Gary Busey shit. And Tommy Lee Jones is also getting increasingly weird. He's like, she's like drinking champagne and like hanging out, like because
it's going to Seagal.
Steven Seagal, yeah, he had disabled all the launching stuff. They were going to blow up Honolulu already with Tomahawk missiles, and that's all been put to shit by Steven Seagal. And so he's waiting for them to try to fix that, and he's just like down in the dumps at this point. And they see from the deck this submarine, and they're basically like, we don't have any way to even do anything. All we have is like fake guns. I didn't totally understand this part because Steven Seagal goes, but we do have those guns. And I was like, well, wouldn't they have thought of that first? I'm still confused. Anyways.
Right. What I would immediately have jumped to.
Right. But instead they're like, we only have starbursts. And they're like, except for those. Like, oh yeah, the main guns. We have those. Like, what? All right. Yeah, maybe you should have thought about that first. And so they go in there and they're kind of going, and this almost seemed like an instructional video. They were showing us how it all worked to load up the guns and shoot them. And I was like, this is very interesting, actually, in a lot of ways. And I was very interested in it.
Because I didn't like those big ass powder charges they had.
Yeah.
I was like, what are they putting in there? Like, is that like a pillow filled with rocks? And I'm like,
yeah. I thought for a second, because I didn't know how it worked, I thought it was a trick. I thought they were tricking the submarine. They were going to shoot blanks basically at them and force them to dive too early and sink the submarine. That's what I thought they were tricking them. Because I was like, I don't know. Are they pumping laundry into those things? They're going to shoot like clothes out of the thing. But no, those are actual powder. And they shot actual ammunition, and they actually sunk the submarine. End of submarine.
It was awesome. And Tommy Lee Jones is on the top of the deck and sees all of this unfold and just completely falls and flies on his ass.
He's got his eardrums blown out.
Oh, yeah, when that massive cannon goes off, I think most of us probably fall on our ass. At least me. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little wimpy.
What'd you guys think of Tommy Lee Jones's acting in this scene? Like, I thought it was actually pretty cool when he's just like going nuts now at this point because he's been bested once again by Ryback.
I think I appreciate an actor like Tommy Lee Jones who lays it out there on something like this. Like, he's clearly having fun. I don't know how much of this is the script or just him kind of like going on his own, but I like when something like this happens. This is kind of the idea for the next movie for us, is another Tommy Lee Jones crazy acting film that involves a submarine. Keep that in mind.
I like the sound of that.
Right. Whoa. Yeah. So I really loved Tommy Lee Jones in this. I thought I love this type of acting. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Anyway. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
You loved it that much.
Oh, yeah.
If you listened to our show last week, you know what that sound means. If you haven't, go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, they get the stuff up and going. Stranix, he tries to launch missiles towards Honolulu. Here, we really get some fancy knife work because Ryback and Stranix, they go one-on-one, and let's just say
they're like parrying each other's like blades with their knives, and it's like clanging. Ching, ching, ching,
oh,
ching,
dude,
ching,
it's crazy.
And then every time Ryback gets a blow, and it cuts to like
just
a mannequin or body getting like cut.
Yeah, that part was pretty weak. And then like eventually Ryback gouges out one of Tommy Lee's eyes, right, with his thumb,
which is classic. It's truly classic Steven Seagal film. So Steven Seagal, the idea of Steven Seagal fighting in any of his films is truly, I'm going to fucking win this fight. And it's one thing I think that people like about his style of fighting and the style of fighting they portray in the movie is like he does these hand-to-hand combats where he is always the entire point is just to get the one up no matter what the thing is. So he'll throw sand in people's eyes. He'll do whatever. And it's always just like, and sometimes it just looks like he is slapping at people. So, because he's like just trying to get an upper hand. So it's kind of like with a knife fight where all of a sudden he's just like gouging an eye out and then kills the guy. It's like, whatever it takes. And at one point, another guy, he like ripped his throat out.
We're all supposed to stand up. We're getting requests here on the stream, Jamie.
Believe it or not, it's from the on-site Mustard Man himself is asking us, but he's out in a submarine in the middle of the hot Atlantic, and he's doing some investigative work on the squids and the octopi sexual reproduction cycle. So,
yeah, wow.
Anyway,
keep up the great work, Alex.
Movie. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the movie. They stopped the Tomahawk missiles by punching in the code, which seemed like a pretty weak code, honestly. It was like six numbers.
There was something really strange here, though, because the whole time there's also been this like council of war generals and stuff that are assessing the situation, and two guys like lean into one another, and they're like, well, what if this goes wrong? They're like, well, we're just going to blame it on Ryback. And I was like, are they in on this? What's going on? And then that never came to fruition. I thought that was kind of strange, but
yeah, I think it's just to show how bad those guys were. Those were the handlers for Stranix, and they were basically like,
"Oh, okay.
Well, is this going to blow back on us?" And they're like, "No, we'll just blame it on Ryback. We'll say that he was the problem and caused the issue, or whatever."
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, they're able to punch in the codes. They stop the missile. Then there's a funeral at the end. And Steven Seagal is in his navy whites, the only time we see him in that, and other than on the poster. And we see the end. and everyone's like, he's looking pretty sweet, and he's also making out with the Playboy playmate. They're now in a relationship, which gets to me my final question: how long does that relationship last?
At least one night.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say probably not long, right? Because he's got to get out of the military, get that sweet retirement package.
Well, how long? How close is he? Because he said he was trying to get to 20. I don't know how close he was
20
to
years,
20.
but
And let's be honest, he's got like a 30-year difference with that girl.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does. He was born in what? I mean, real life, he's born in like 54 or something.
Yeah.
And she's probably like late 70s. Born then, not that age.
Yeah, that
would
at least
be
15 years, right?
Whole different movie if the Playboy playmate was like, this is Playboy from 1889. Like, my God.
15. So at least 15 to 20 years difference between the two.
At least.
Yeah.
So anyways, that is Under Siege. Typically, something's... Oh, there it is. There it is, man. Brom is
We're gonna make the one that we claim we won an award for or in is gonna be the worst episode we ever make.
That could be. That's fine. I know. Yeah, I was like playing all these random weird clips. Also, one thing that I should mention is like the soundtrack to this movie. You'll notice there's something specific about these 90s action movies soundtracks where they're using a lot of, I think they're like instruments you'd be from Asia and that type of stuff, and they kind of sound like this.
Now I know why you're
in the house.
I can't find the clip, so whatever. I can't find the clip, so
Award-winning podcast work.
yeah, whatever, man. I don't know. The clips aren't in line, and I can't find the clip. So
award-winning podcast.
Yeah, just forget it. Forget it even happened. I don't even know how I'm going to edit that for the podcast release, not the video. I'm going to have to try to find these like 2 seconds of clips here, or maybe just cut this whole section. Anyways,
should we do ratings?
I think we should do some ratings here.
I'd like to go last, actually, this time.
Do you?
Whoa!
Not second.
I call second. I call second.
All right. I went first last time. I can go first again. Maybe just get this out of the way. Don't let you guys just like get inside my mind. Although sometimes I really like Zach's input because he's like always hating on stuff. And I'm like, maybe I should be looking at this more with a critical eye because we are submarine movie critics. But whatever. Do you want to go first, Brom? Or you want to go third?
Your call. You're the captain.
Oh, captain, my captain.
Jamie's gonna go. All right, you go first. You do.
Okay.
It. I want to hear everybody's take.
I loved this movie.
There it is.
I thought it was going to be one of the typical like garbage movies that we watch that happen to have Steven Seagal and Gary Busey and all that. I mean, and then you still oftentimes have fun with them, like we did with something like Steel Sharks, and I think I kind of liked Submerged at times in that.
Of course you did. You had to like Submerged. That movie was insane.
It's a little more forgettable than Steel Sharks was that we always bring up. Steel Sharks is like iconic to us. I mean, we always talk about Steel Sharks.
And I think we didn't rate that movie high enough, if I'm going to be honest. Like it's
from just an enjoyment factor, yeah.
3.
But like this was like a really, really good Steel Sharks. Like this had competent directing, competent acting. It was just really fun, top to bottom, start to finish. I loved just like some of the themes of the movie, like not wearing the navy whites was a major thing. Like the whole movie was about this like party on the sub, and they're like planning this party. I'm like, this is so ridiculous. This is unlike any submarine movie we've watched, and they're gonna have this party on the battleship. And it ends up being the terrorists kind of planning it. So like we've kind of seen some of that, like terrorists hijacking a sub and all that. Like, but this, I don't know, like did it well. Again, just front to end, it was. And I really enjoyed Tommy Lee Jones in this. I thought his acting was awesome. Like I was so confused at the beginning. I didn't know if he was actually going to be like trying to be like this rock star, like Mick Jagger type. But it ends up that he was acting like as an actor. He was acting while in the movie, which was kind of interesting because it was so weird. It was weird to see what he was doing. Like, where do I need to go, Chief? Blah, 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 doing all this stuff and really over animated because I'm like, I don't know if this is good. But then once you realize he's the villain and he's pretending to be the rock star, it makes more sense. And then he spirals out of control throughout the movie. It's fun to watch, and his final scene where he's talking about the shrimp, what was the character from like the cartoons back in the day, riding the shrimp with the pistols and everything. Like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I loved it. It was fun, and I like a movie when a protagonist is like vaunted as unbeatable, especially when it's either realistic, a la something like Jason Bourne, and everyone's just like scrambling, like, oh my god, we're fucked. Or the John Wicks of the world, or when it's something like completely over the top, like a Riddick character or Dredd or something like that. And I think Ryback had a little bit of both. Like, he was a believable like character. I thought it was so funny that he was like the cook, and this strange set of circumstances forced him to either be a yeoman, as they said, or a cook because of something that went wrong when he was a Navy SEAL. But he was this very decorated Navy SEAL who happens to be a cook on this ship, and he's like, just happened to be the trump card, the trick card to save the day. And then just the movie coming full circle. I thought it was funny, him wearing the navy whites at the end after he wouldn't dress up the whole movie. I don't know. Just everything about the movie was fun and clever, and it took itself the appropriate amount of serious, and didn't have a ton of sub action. This is a sub podcast. We rate movies on the sub action and sub content. I'll take a half point off for it, but still highly recommend this as just a movie. If you got to watch a movie coming up here, some weekend, the beer and wing, pretzel and wings movie, watch Under Siege. I'm going to give it a 7.0.
Ooh, 7.0.
Wow.
All right.
7. That's a 7. That's a 7.0.
We got hate.
Should be much higher. Should be much higher. I'm coming in. And this goes out. This official Zach review goes out to my guy, Derp Tonk, who says I'm best dressed due to the aviators. Boom.
That's our friend Derp Tank.
I mean,
love it.
Fair enough.
Love it. I had a recording from this movie that demonstrates its phenomenal work in the Department of Dialogue.
Hello?
Who in the hell is this?
Who in the hell is this?
This is Admiral Bates speaking. I'm trying to get a hold of Chief Ryback. Is he about?
He's in a gunfight right now. I'm going to have to take a message.
What the hell is going on there?
What the hell is going on there? This movie, it's Steven Seagal. So immediately, I didn't know anything about it. I'm just like, here we go. Steven Seagal, here we go, right? Here's a 4. It's going to be a 4 movie. No, this movie was awesome. And I'll be honest, it's not awesome because of Steven Seagal. He doesn't make the movie better. What makes the movie is a lot of what Ben already said. The director, just some really awesome shots. And it's the rest of the cast. Not only, you got Tommy Lee Jones and Busey, but everyone else is awesome in it, right? I mean, you've got people from what was his name? Colm is it Colm Meaney, right? Yeah. Dude, if you've seen holy shit, Kyle, what's a Nicholas? We suck tonight. What's a Nicholas Cage? Con Air. Yeah, if you've seen Con Air, you've seen Colm, right? It's awesome. If you've seen what's the one guy's name? Raymond Cruz, then you've seen Breaking Bad, Tuco, right? Like,
you've seen Glenn Mershauer, or you've seen Landry's Dead?
Landry's Dead. Dude, if you've seen what the hell's the movie that we watched? Oh my god, it's a 90s movie, and I made
Dale Die. Dale Die.
What are those movies? Operation Delta Force 2 with Luke Cash. You've seen Dale Die.
Yeah.
Right.
If you've seen Erika Eleniak, you looked at your dad's Playboys in the mid-90s.
Okay, here's another one. Morshower. He's in a lot of movies. This is always a guy. You're talking Black Hawk Down. You're talking Godzilla. Okay, he's in the 1998 Godzilla. Go back and listen to the podcast episode. So we got guys. We got a good cast. I know I just named all males, but we got a good cast in this movie.
We really have one female.
One female, which,
I named her.
Yeah, we talked about it. At least there was more depth. And I think Jamie might talk about this during trivia, but Seagal wanted a female character with depth, not just another, as he would say, as Steven Seagal would say, bimbo. Now, I like the movie. So I like the cast. I like the acting. I like the action. Over the top, the metal thing crushing the guy, the stuff Steven Seagal is doing with the knife fights, this is straight up just bam, 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 the gun shooting, and sometimes it looked kind of fucked up, but it was good. Like, it was entertaining. It looked good. There was good sub action. There was more sub action in this movie than.
Incorrect. That's not accurate. It's just not accurate.
That is 100% accurate. There was better sub action, more sub action than Greyhound. This movie
there's neither more nor better sub action than Greyhound, objectively.
There is so much more and so much better in this movie. Never watch Greyhound, always watch Under Siege. Now, that being said,
Do me a favor. Look at this.
I'm giving this a hot 8. I'm giving this a hot 8 because it's a good movie. It's an entertaining movie. It's not too long. The cast is phenomenal. And for Steven Seagal, I mean, come on. For Steven Seagal, this is great. And there's a lot of sub action. Put a pin in it.
All right, man. And a 7.5, and it was a 7 or 7.5?
I gave it a 7.
Okay, I was like, what's going on here? I don't know. I got short-term memory loss. So anyways, I'll go here. Number 3. Last week, my review, I think I counted it. It may have gone like 12 minutes. That was insane. Don't know why that happened. Not going to do that this week. But I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, we have 2 Academy Award nominee, 1 winner, actors in this. I thought Tommy Lee Jones was amazing. I thought Gary Busey was amazing. And like Zach, like you said, this is a Steven Seagal movie. So from the outside, Under Siege, you look at it, you're going to be like, this is going to be an action-packed Steven Seagal movie. You start watching it, and then all of a sudden, you have a rhinestone leather jacket clad Tommy Lee Jones, a drag queen version of Gary Busey, teaming up, and they take down the ship. They're trying to sell its weapon arsenal to the highest bidder. And all the while, we have Steven Seagal, the U.S. Navy SEAL demolitions expert, disguised as he would call himself, the lowly cook, aboard a terrorism-fueled tour. Fights his way through 9 layers of hell to overcome all the odds, save Honolulu and a Playboy model from certain destruction. All of these actually add up to what I would call an incredible action movie. Blew my mind. Didn't think I was going to like this at all. Anybody who likes submersion and you like submarine movies, I mean, you're a specific type of person. You should watch this movie. You won't be disappointed unless you absolutely hate 90s action movies, and you're probably going to say this sucks ass and I don't really like this. And Kyle, why the heck are you going to give it a high score? But after I've watched this, and we've watched something like Operation Delta Force and just other 90s action movies and stuff that I've seen, there's something about them. I don't know if it's nostalgic or what the hell it is, but I thoroughly enjoy them. Maybe I'm just built for that. Like, look at my build, look at me, look at my face. Maybe that's who I am. Maybe this is what I want. And honestly, love this movie. Didn't think I was going to love this movie. Thought I was going to come in here like solid 3, but instead I'm going to come in and give it a 9.
Wow.
Watch this movie. It is fun.
Coming in last. I think this is, I'm actually surprised. I thought you guys were going to coming in crazy high, and I was going to pull you guys back down, but I'm actually not. I'm going to come in kind of amidst all of you in a similar way. Steven Seagal, this is probably the best I've seen him. It's the only time I can say that he kind of comes off a little charming. Otherwise, he usually comes off as off-putting, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, I watch him in movies, I'm like, oh, you don't want to be around him. And then, like, Tommy Lee Jones, amazing. I love him when he goes crazy like this. And there's a few movies that he does this. I forget what the one where he's like an Irish nationalist or something. He's like setting bombs. That one's crazy.
Yeah,
and then
is that The Fugitive, or is that not it?
No, it's a different one.
I know what you're talking about. When he's making bombs.
I think it's called. No, it's not Blow, starring Johnny Depp. Anyways,
it's Men in Black.
Oh, that's it. It's Men in Black and Men in Black.
Blown Away. He's a terrorist and Blown Away.
Yeah.
Anyways, Gary Busey, he's getting a little out there on this one. This isn't like, remember when we said in Steel Sharks, like, oh, kind of subdued. Not subdued at all in this case. He's nuts. And then I like Jordan Tate. I liked bunch of the other stuff, and visually, kind of a lot of fun in what we were, getting here. So overall, I enjoyed my time watching it. I wasn't going to go crazy with it, but I was going to come in at a 7.5, which I didn't think was that crazy. I didn't think that was that crazy. Did not think that was that crazy. One thing I will note, I guess I can keep this for trivia, but I was going to note something else about the cast. But
can't believe I was the lowest score.
Yeah, somehow. I don't even know.
Well, dude, I'll tell you what. Like last week we watched, maybe this is playing into it a little bit, right? We watched Greyhound, which is like, I don't know,
Wait, Kyle,
100%. Oh, sorry,
Kyle.
Zach. What did we watch?
Go on.
Whites of Brahm's eyes there. So we watched that where it's like, what? I mean, 95% CGI. This is real.
Yep.
This is filmed on an actual ship. And it's crazy because it's like in the middle of a city. Do you have the facts on that, Jamie? Or the trivia? It's not the facts. Do you have the trivia on that?
Just the facts.
On how they filmed it?
Because I just know that it was filmed in Alabama or something, right?
Yeah, in Alabama on a ship, a surface ship, one that's docked, and they had to do some modifications to the ship. It's funny because, like I said, I like the behind the scenes stuff. I like to watch that stuff, and so on this, there's behind the scenes things on the DVD. I was like, oh,
do you want to start a podcast where we just review, instead of reviewing the movie, we just review what's the extras on the DVD?
We could do that.
So it could be Mackie Studios presents Extra Take.
I like that. There we go. Yeah. And what this was is it wasn't like actual clips or anything that you're watching. It was just like you just click and there's just this text you read. That's all it was. But anyways, they needed to film this and make it look like they're out on the ocean, right? So what they did is they just made this massive black screen on another boat and would move that around the boat to block out the view of the city. And so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, that's really cool. They're doing that. They modified the ship. They got permission because this is a, historic ship. I imagine they have to put it back to spec. Otherwise, people be like, what the hell are you doing? They totally changed this like National Treasure for a Steven Seagal movie, although it's really good. But when they go to that length to do the real stuff, and Jamie, you always talk about The Thing and how that's actual effects, not just CGI. This stuff should be appreciated because so much is just CGI now. And I mean, I know it's inevitable. I mean, there's stuff that we don't even realize that is CGI. If you watch behind the scenes or if you follow certain accounts on Instagram, they'll show you behind the scenes or whatever, how stuff's made. It's amazing how much just is CGI now. It's pretty insane. But the real stuff, worth it.
Love it.
Yep, it looked great. Love those helicopter shots.
You love it. A 7.
I was going to do 7.5, and I came down on sub content.
But dude,
once you get into like 8s, like those are like my all time like favorite movies. Like 8 to 9 to 10 is like,
yeah, dude.
This is close. It's really fun. I will watch this again, and I will be excited for that day.
A lot of mine that I've found that have been really high are ones I didn't expect. Right, this one, On the Beach, the TV version. I was like, my God,
yeah.
This is lit. Other than that car explosion and the billboard at the end.
Yeah.
But everything else, amazing. So anyways.
It's probably a top 10 for us. I'll have to do an update sometime soon. It's been like 100 episodes since I've updated everyone on our top 10 movies.
We're due for a Brahm update.
You got to update the spreadsheet though. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
We're a little
I'll handle
behind
it.
on that.
I do all that shit.
Oh, thank God.
Are we ready? We got to bounce into this next one.
Yeah.
You got to love it, hate it?
Yeah, what are you joking? Dude, award-winning episode. Are you joking?
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Yes. I love it. No. I hate it.
I love it and I hate it. I love this segment and I hate this segment. But the question is, gang, what do you guys want first?
Love it.
Okay. A lot of love. There's a lot of love for this movie. A lot to choose from. There's a big selection to choose from because there's a lot of love for this movie. Why? Because it's way better than, I don't know, Greyhound. Okay.
Is Greyhound, to you, is Greyhound what Midway is to me?
Sounds like it.
Just shit.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And Jamie and I are both like, those are both very competent movies.
Yeah.
No.
I will continue to shit on Greyhound.
Me and Bram are like, bring more of those. It's fine.
Okay, anyways, here we go. This comes from my guy, Callan Vass, April 16th, 2005. One of the best Die Hard clones out there.
I thought of Die Hard when I watched this.
Yeah.
I like this better than Die Hard. I will say that.
Oh, no. Okay. Let's just delete that comment. We can't have that blasphemy on this podcast.
I will say one
Die
thing.
Hard is like
Die Hard is phenomenal. I will die on that hill.
One thing I will say is that a lot of people talk about things as Die Hard clones. I do think it's a little underrating the idea that some of those are more Under Siege clones than Die Hard clones. Like I know Under Siege is a Die Hard clone, but I think there are movies that are more knocking off Under Siege than Die Hard. They're not trying to create a Die Hard. They're trying to create an Under Siege.
I mean, a lot of those Operation Delta Force movies.
Exactly. I mean, they call those Die Hard clones, but I actually think they're more trying to go for this.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And they're surprisingly competent from what we've seen.
Are we good?
Wait, do you have more? Was that just it?
That was just the title.
Oh my God. Here we go.
One of the best Die Hard clones out there. This is one of the best.
Can't even do it.
I know. This is one of the best Die Hard clones out there with an excellent performance from Seagal. While it's not as good as Cliffhanger, Sudden Death, Die Hard, or any of the Die Hard sequels, it's still an awesome one. And it's action-packed throughout. I can't say it's Seagal's best because I haven't seen all of his films. Still, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, due to two fantastic villains in Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey. And a game Steven Seagal. Maybe I'm just a sucker for these Die Hard kind of movies, but I really do enjoy them. And this one was no different. If you're an action lover like me, then this is a no-brainer. If not, stay away. Also, it's worth watching for people who think Seagal can't act. The direction is great. Andrew Davis does a great job here with great camera work, some good overhead shots, and overall keeping the film at a very fast pace. Great job. There is tons of violence. We get tons of extremely bloody gunshot wounds. A few bloody gunshot wounds to the head, knives in the neck and body, corpse with knives in its face, a very gory impaling with a huge piece of wood, lots of bloody stabbings, slicing and dicing, gouged out eye, and a knife in the top of the head. The acting is awesome. Steven Seagal is fantastic here and gives the best performance I have seen from him yet. He likable, had decent chemistry with Erika, kicked that ass, and was lots of fun to watch. Seagal rules. Tommy Lee Jones is tremendous as one of the main villains. He has some really cool dialogue, was extremely menacing, and really seemed to be enjoying himself. He was awesome. Gary Busey is also excellent as one of the main villains and does what he does best, play a psycho. Very menacing. Erika is very pretty and does fine with what she has to do.
That's kind of what we said too, to be honest.
Rest of the cast is fine. Overall, a must see this instant. I can't wait for Under Siege 2. Blank out of 5, which was 5 out of 5.
Wow. There we go. I mean,
I loved it.
That is somebody who is extremely passionate about this movie.
Yeah. Callan Vass. I'm glad he enjoyed it.
I am too. I hope this gets a 4K Steelbook release.
It will.
I highly doubt it will, but we can dream.
All right. Now, for the hate it, like I said, there's a lot of love for Under Siege. There is not a lot of hate. So I had to do a little bit of a deeper dive. IMDb, no joke, had no 1-star ratings for this movie.
Seriously? Wow.
Like written reviews.
Oh.
So let's just jump over to Amazon. We got James Bond 007 with a 1 out of 5.
Wait. He seriously got that name? That's great.
James Bond 007, 1 out of 5. He reviewed this in 2008, February 9th. Verified purchase. Out to Sea. Seagal's imitation of Bruce Willis Die Hard pales in comparison. I've often wondered how Steven Seagal got a break in the movies. He seems possessed with the acting talents of a lawn gnome and his his martial arts skills seem to consist of nothing more than a series of stuntmen performing flips, slips, and pratfalls all around him every time he blinks an eye. I would love to see him in an actual MA competition. I don't believe he would.
I agree. No, I agree.
I don't believe he would get very far. He just seems too phony to take seriously, and as such, his movies suffer.
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Wonderful.
All right. Should we get some trivia?
Let's do it.
Real quick. One of the top grossing films of 1992. It came in at number 13 of the films released in 1992. And it grossed $156 million on a $35 million budget.
Nice.
And I kind of have a little story on that. It was a spec script sold as under the title Dreadnought for $1 million. And that was kind of the idea, was that when it was originally written and when they bought it, it looked like it was going to be this massive budget, $100 million. And they were like, no. We're looking for something in the 30 million range. They were looking to use it to get Seagal into the mainstream. They wanted to get out of pure action into more of an acting role. And they thought, as long as we can get the budget into reasonable range, we could do this. And they have some other things they talk about with Steven Seagal's ideas. One being the Pearl Harbor Memorial, because he thought the shots would be really nice. He also, as Zach alluded to, did not like the actress as originally written, the female lead. It's just a bimbo jumping out of cake, but after revisions, he thought it was good in terms of her showing her intelligence throughout the movie. Now, this is kind of interesting. So, Steven Seagal, notoriously hard to work with. He was a host on Saturday Night Live and is known as the worst host in the history of SNL. They say hardest person they've ever had to work with. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Lorne Michaels said it was a mistake that they got him to host because he was so difficult to work with that he never hosted again, and they would never have him host.
What year was that, Jamie? I'm just wondering.
I believe it was in the early 90s, so maybe around this movie or maybe right before.
That's interesting.
But anyways, director Andrew Davis had previously worked on Steven Seagal in Above the Law, and this is his quote. This tells you a little bit about working with Steven Seagal. Terry Semmel wanted us to get back together again, saying that Seagal was only in the movie for 41 minutes. Tommy Lee is in the movie longer than Steven. It was fine. It worked out well. We had a nice time down in Mobile and had a lot of fun making the movie. And that was the movie that got me The Fugitive, so it was worth it. That sounds like someone who really loved working with Steven Seagal.
Yeah. He's like, that got me to what I needed to do.
Yeah, it was worth it because Fugitive. And anyways, when they hired me, they told me Seagal was only going to be in it for 41 minutes. So don't worry about it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, anyways, the USS Alabama was a museum ship that was used for Missouri, and USS Drum was the museum ship that portrayed the North Korean submarine. And then I'm gonna see what else. Oh yeah, then the original title was Dreadnought, as I said. Eventually, they changed it to Last to Surrender, but no one really liked that, and eventually they settled Under Siege, which is an amazing title. I can't believe after that was the third one. It's a really good title, Under Siege.
Yeah, I mean, like,
really great.
Dreadnought is cool, but I don't think if you're going to mass market that to everybody, everybody's going to go see Dreadnought, Under Siege.
It's tough.
Yeah, they'll be like,
yeah,
all right.
I mean, yeah, no one's saying they got a handy to Dreadnought.
No.
Yeah. And then last couple things to
a lot of people say they got a handy under siege.
Yeah,
yeah, right. It flows off the tongue.
Yeah.
Right. So this did receive 2 Academy Awards, Best Sound Effects and Best Sound nominations, I should say. Not
I was like, wait, wow. I liked it, but I holy shit, 2 Academy Awards.
And then this was something also alluded to. Harrison Ford saw a rough cut of the film and approved director Andrew Davis for The Fugitive. So I took one look at this and was like, yes, I'm okay with that.
It's legit. This is a legit movie.
I'd have him direct our movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure.
The bowling cyborg movie that we're talking about, up your alley.
Well, no. Yeah. Well, yeah.
And then, do you just want to hit Phantom Zone?
Of
probably
course
easy, right?
I would like.
It's not a big deal. It's really not that big of a deal.
Dale.
So yeah, we got everyone's in this. Everyone in this is in other ones. More Shower. Steven, most importantly, Landry's dad.
Landry's dad. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Don't call him Glenn.
Steven Seagal, Gary Busey. Tommy Lee Jones is in one, as I mentioned. Alina, what was her name? Erika Eleniak or whatever.
Erika
Eleniak. Yeah. So she was also in one. Everyone is in submarines. This is basically a hub that you can get to anywhere that you ever want in the history of cinema. So don't even worry about it. And that's actually the way that Ed Harris thought about it too. He was looking at it and he was like, this is my chance to break it big. But they were like, no, this is going to be a $35 million picture. We're bringing Steven Seagal mainstream. And he was like, well, what about Ed Harris? What about bringing Ed Harris mainstream? And so he made a film, because he didn't get this one, called Bringing Ed Harris Mainstream. And it was a spectacular success. I think everyone knows it at this point. And yeah, it was actually, this was number 13 of 1992. That was number 12. And so he said, yeah, fuck you, Steven Seagal. Don't even worry about it. But I'm not sure. Yeah, people don't really recognize that one, mostly because it ended up getting rated NC-17, which is actually NC-34.
NC-34.
Yes. Yeah. You have to be over 34 to watch taking Ed Harris mainstream, which is actually kind of the opposite of mainstream, I guess, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's actually kind of amazing. I guess I didn't realize that this last year, I can now watch the movie. Oh my God.
It's incredible.
I can now watch the movie. Wait, you guys can't even watch taking Ed Harris mainstream, right?
Can you imagine if you went to the theaters?
FBI will knock down our door.
Yeah,
our age, and we got rejected because you got to be 34 to watch this movie.
Well, no, if you saw taking Ed Harris mainstream, you'd understand, but you wouldn't know because I just got to watch it this last year.
I know,
and it was.
You've seen some shit, and I'll get there one day, but not now.
I've seen a lot, if you know what I mean. Anyways, do you guys want to do a little quiz? I found the hardest Jeopardy quiz.
Let's
ever
do
yes.
it.
And what I was trying to find is Under Siege as an answer. The earliest time that Jeopardy used Under Siege as an answer in Jeopardy or part of a clue in Jeopardy, and I found it. It was 1996.
Wow.
The title of the thing is Stars on CD-ROM. So have fun with this one.
All right.
So it's 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. Who gave the lowest? Brom. So you get to choose which one, 100, 200, 300, 400, or 500.
I'm going to try to just get on the board here and go 100.
The Lunar Word completes the CD title starring Margot Kidder and Brian Keith, Under a Killing Blank.
Under a Killing Moon. What is Moon?
Moon. Very nice. Yeah. They kind of gave it to you. They led you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Lunar.
But yeah. $100. Who was second lowest of you guys?
Zach.
Zachary. 200, 300, 400, or 500.
Give me that sweet 500.
In Bloodwing's Pumpkinhead's Revenge, I believe this is the third Pumpkinhead movie. Oddly, Pumpkinhead 2 was mentioned on the last episode, I believe. In Bloodwing's Pumpkinhead's Revenge, you can see this daughter of Monkey Mickey. The hardest Jeopardy question of all time. No one knows this is not a celebrity.
Wait, what's the question?
In Bloodwing's Pumpkinhead's Revenge, you can see this daughter of Monkey Mickey. Who would know this?
The
Even
daughter of Monkey Mickey. Okay, so let's say who is...
No.
Okay.
It's not happening. It ain't happening. Yeah. And don't even worry about answering. The name is Amy Dolenz, a person that no one's thought about. And I don't know how they decided this was a $500 Jeopardy question. It is my favorite Jeopardy question I've ever found.
That's like
this random thing about Bloodwing's Pumpkinhead's Revenge.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know who it is. You can see the daughter of Monkey Mickey. I don't know who the daughter is. I don't know who
Monkey
the
Mickey
mother is. I don't even know if it's a mother or father. Monkey Mickey? I guess that
should be $1 million question. If you can just pull that out of your ass,
possibly answer that. Anyways,
that's insane.
200, 300, or 400.
Give me 200, please.
All right. In Slam City, you go one-on-one in this sport with Scottie Pippen. It's a hard one.
What is basketball?
It'd be funny if it wasn't correct. That is correct.
I wish it wasn't
Demolition Derby.
All right. Since we only have we have three of you, and we only have 2 questions left, we're going to be doing buzzer round. We're going to be doing 300. This Belgian star of the film Street Fighter is in the Sony PlayStation game as well. Bram, what is it?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That is correct. And then finally, 400. You guys avoided it this whole time. An ex-lifeguard of Baywatch and a star of Under Siege. She plays twins on Panic in the Park CD.
I was waiting until the clue was given.
Erika Eleniak.
That's right.
Eleniak.
Correct.
Oh, there you go. I can't say.
I believe that gives Kyle the win, but we're all winners for getting to hear
except for
in Bloodwing's Pumpkinhead's Revenge. You can see this daughter of Monkey Mickey.
I did pretty.
Kyle
Amy Dolenz.
I did pretty bad.
Oh no, you got the best.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly Google Amy Dolenz to find out who this person is.
You're not even gonna mention the trivia on how Morty Seinfeld mentions Under Siege in Seinfeld.
No.
Does he?
What is it?
Yeah. He does it I remember watching it with my wife. I even tweeted about it a long time ago. I mean, this was roughly 2 years ago or something, but he was like, yeah, man, that Under Siege movie is really great. Like, it was just like really
Morty
out of
says that?
Yeah, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, that was really just out of the blue, just crazy stuff.
So, by the way, just to clarify, I'm learning a lot about Pumpkinhead's Revenge right now. So essentially, what we're talking about is the monkey was actually the band Monkey, the Monkees. Mickey Dolenz was a member of the Monkees. His daughter, Amy Dolenz, was in Pumpkinhead 2, Bloodwings, the movie I mentioned previously, but that was made into a PC game called Bloodwings Pumpkinhead's Revenge, and that's what they're referring to.
There we go.
It's the best. It's the best. It's a perfect Jeopardy clue.
If somebody ever knew that,
100 out of 100.
Just give it to him, dude.
It's the best. It's the best. Anyways, Kyle.
All right. I did find the exact quote. So Morty is with Uncle Leo, and Morty is sitting on the couch. He says, "Hey, Under Siege is on again. Who's up?" Uncle Leo says, "No more nuts. Ugh." That's all it is.
Weird. Who's up?
It's just like a weird reference to Under Siege. I'm going to bypass myself again for the sake of time. It is
Let's go.
hour 30. So
holy crap, it is.
Bram,
Jesus Christ.
Do you have something for us?
Absolutely.
What do you got to say?
Hit me with it.
Tube 3 ready to fire, sir.
Commence the countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Give it.
Well, Kyle skipped himself as an honorable captain would do, but I won't let him go quietly into that dark night. I'm going to honor him, thanking him again for all the work he does on this podcast. He's finally getting that recognition he deserves from IBGA, and I want to go one step further and give him the next fodder and his cannon he needs to continue his career. I talked about it a few weeks ago. I said I was working on a demo tape for him to audition to be a voice actor. Well, I have got those clips, and thank you also to Zach, who got those readied up for us and on his soundboard. So I've got 7 audio clips from the history of submersion. We're going all the way back to some of our early episodes and traveling through time here with some fantastic audio that Kyle has put to tape, and I hope it gets him that dream job he's always wanted as a voice actor. So number 7, I want to showcase, got a couple clips here that showcase his ability to play, maybe perhaps like a whiny, goober. So clip number 7, Zach, unload that on us.
Oh my God, his nose!
So that was a more recent sound clip. You guys know what episode that was from?
Oh my God, his nose! Oh my God, his nose! Oh my God, his nose!
I don't know.
It was the Magic School Bus episode.
Oh man.
A few short weeks ago.
I know.
Number 6.
So much content. That's the thing. There's just too much content we're creating.
We got to cut it down.
Number 6, also just some more fodder. If someone's looking for that whiny character, go ahead and play it for us, Zach.
Because he's like, why? Come on,
yeah,
man.
Yeah. That's not the first episode.
That's gotta be.
That was Phantom.
That's Phantom. I did that. I did that.
X-Files.
Oh.
X-Files.
Techno.
Yeah, it was techno.
Okay.
Amazing.
We're like an hour 30 into it. We're still going.
Number 5, if you need, you see a lot of women that'll play young boys on, anime and things like that. Well, if you ever need a man to play a woman, hit us with number 5.
Oh, God.
The bride is screaming, Pippin! And
I don't know what that's from either.
The bride is screaming, Pippin! And
oh my gosh, Pippin! What was? Oh my God, that was a dog. That was the Meg, right?
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Oh man, I'm in the zone now. Here we go.
Sniped it. You will not get this one though. But number 4, for anybody out there needs a guy with a great set of pipes on him, Kyle can sing. Number 4, take it away.
Oh, Martha's Vineyard, we go, and we sail our boat.
Good, that's
Martha's Vineyard,
that's the fight song.
Martha's Vineyard, the land I call my home.
Very nice.
I am literally never.
I cut out a little bit of Patrick there, which might have been a giveaway because that is also from the X-Files episode.
Oh man.
Oh, different.
Getting to number 3, for those, maybe Kyle's always wanted to do like a audio drama, maybe perhaps set on a sub. If you need an authoritative captain figure, Kyle has been authoritative at times. Go ahead and take it away with number 3.
Get those cob jobs out of here.
Those cops. COB. That must have been pretty early.
Get those
I bet that was an early
out
one.
of here.
Yeah, I bet that's an early one. That's when we were probably speculating on what COB standed for.
Yeah, we didn't know yet.
Yeah.
Get those.
Back,
I was just waiting
back
for somebody
when,
like, just shut the F up. God.
Back when Alex was with us on that one, he we did debate what a cob was, and we're like, oh, that must be something, and we still didn't, I think, know at the time that was Chief of Boat.
Chief of Boat, yeah.
But that was Last Resort.
Wow.
Oh.
What is Last Resort? Oh, yeah.
The show, like the really
TV
well done show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. The one where we were supposed to do a whole bunch of episodes, and then we only did one. First one.
We've got them saved. We can do more.
All right.
Number 2, more audio for the portfolio. If you need a dominant captain figure, go ahead and play it.
And he's like, oh, look at you, bunch of babies, bunch of whips.
Look at you, babies.
Yeah.
Oh, babies need
babies
need to handcuff someone.
And they're like, hey, Marco, why don't you shut up? He's like, why don't you come over here, touch me? No, what's he say? They're like, we'll put our hands on you. He's like, yeah, it's been a while since I've known a woman's touch.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Marco,
Yeah.
you dog, what are you doing?
And so
You're
anyway,
gonna get beat up.
sorry, that's the Dolph Lundgren and JCVD. What's it called again?
Blackwater.
Blackwater, yeah.
Good job, guys. And finally, number 1, again, if you need that alpha male, Kyle is your guy.
Wow.
Thank you again, Kyle and Zach. Go ahead and play this for us.
Shut up!
Wow, that was.
Shut up! Get out of here!
Jesus Christ, that's really loud.
That's how you yell at your animals, dude. What the heck?
Shut up!
Wow, that was.
Shut up! Get out of here!
Jesus Christ, that's really loud.
That's how you yell at your animals, dude. What the heck?
That sounds early as well. That sounds.
I do remember that because I was like, this is gonna scare Jamie when I do this. I have no fucking idea when that is from. Oh my god!
It too was from a episode we already mentioned. It was Last Resort as well.
Wow.
He gets fired up on those TV episodes.
Good episode.
Man. Just get him going.
But there you go, Kyle. I hope that helps you out tremendously in your career moving forward.
Thank you.
Feel free to use any and all of that.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Wow, sir, your repertoire is next level."
Very rangy.
I was waiting for something like that where I just scream, but I'm like, I don't scream that often, especially since we had a kid. I don't really scream because trying to keep her asleep. So
I think that was probably pre-kid.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because Jamie and I used to record in person,
47,
face to face, and that would have been directly underneath where she was sleeping. So that would not have flown. I would have got a stern talking to afterwards. I'll say that. But wow.
Well, that is it. That is my countdown. Thank you.
Thank you. That's goofy.
I think that's it. I think that's the end of the episode. Great episode, guys.
Wait, isn't
what?
there?
That's Zach emerging from the water to present his Zach facts.
Hit it. Zach facts, it's Zach facts. When you're going down, get some Zach facts when you're going down. Take it, Ben.
Over under, I'm going to go 3.5 this week.
All right. He really liked this movie. And I think it's just like a natural thing where when we really like it, people can probably tell pretty early on because they're like, these guys are way more invested in this episode. Not saying that we don't go the full distance on some shit movies, but I'm going over.
I'm going to go under this week.
I think Jimmy went under.
Yeah. He did. Okay. For all you listeners, he's doing some hand dancing, as they call it.
I think Zach's going quality over quantity this week.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh. Maybe it's the suits. You guys hear that?
Yeah. It's the sound of luxury.
That's a preview of the next ASMR video.
Suit stuff?
Suit stuff with Zach, yeah. All right, here we go. Fact number 1. So, this is a big movie. 1992, a lesser-known comedy came out after this movie was released, though. It's one of those goofy ones, but it was called Underwear Siege.
Oh,
and it focused on a group of frat guys hijacking a transport ship to steal all the underwear to sell for beer money.
That's pretty good. It's kind of like Assault on a Queen.
Yes.
There you go.
Instead of gold, it's underwear or whatever.
Assault on Fruit of the Loom.
Ooh.
Very good.
Underwear company, if people don't know what that is. Not a sponsor yet.
Yeah, no, I would love for them to be a sponsor.
Could you imagine if we all got free pairs of underwear?
Oh.
He's like, oh.
Shavy's like, oh my God. You should see the amount of things I put on every day.
All right, fact number 2. Fact 2. The director specifically said no dolphins were going to be in this film. So he had to have the ones that appeared in the opening credits shot on site.
Right. Makes sense.
Seems justifiable.
What was that director? Andrew Davis, right?
Yeah.
Dolphin killer.
Slander.
Yep. JK.
There we go. Good. Now we're protected. We said JK. We're protected.
JK. Let's give him one of those.
There you
All right.
go.
Fact number 3. Did you guys know about this about Gary Busey? Gary Busey only, Jim, you missed a lot of trivia, buddy. Gary Busey only agreed to be in this film if it would fulfill his lifelong goal. And that was to be in character and die on a submarine.
And that's true. He did not die in Steel Sharks, right?
Nope. He did not.
So that didn't work.
I thought it was going to be his lifelong goal to dress and drag.
Yeah.
Well, that was an amazing scene. So yeah.
He does that all the time, I guess. So.
Yeah, probably.
So that was 3 facts, right?
That was 3.
Do you think that's it?
Not anymore.
Doesn't sound like it.
Do me a favor. Look at this.
Look at this. Fact number 4.
Oh, here we go.
So you guys just heard that trivia about Gary Busey. Well, don't forget Ben's guy, TLJ. You know who I'm talking about. Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones. He only agreed to do this film if it satisfied his lifelong goal. And that was to die with his eye getting popped out and then a knife in the head and then his head smashed into a computer screen. So
honestly, it's not a crazy goal. If I was an actor, I'd be like, I kind of want this. I want at least one time to have a crazy death scene like this. I'd actually be like, just watch Under Siege and let's do that. It's like a crazy knife fight.
Yeah. And then just
right.
Oh my God.
All right. And just for some salt in the wounds of those of you that guessed wrong, here is fact number 5. Fact number 5. And we already talked about GB. We already talked about TLJ. So let's go SS over here. Steven Seagal, the man himself, only agreed to do this film if it satisfied his lifelong goal. And that was to have his first cousin play the female lead.
Like that kiss scene even more now at the end, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
There it is. Happy April Fools, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Submersion. Don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every Thursday. If you like what you heard, please leave us a rating wherever you listen. Want to interact with us? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We also love to get messages from all of you. If you have a suggestion, a comment, or just anything you'd like to share, please email us at macestudios@gmail.com.